Hey, did you bring the giant gummy bear? Hey, yeah, I got the giant thing of gummy bears. No, I said a giant gummy bear. Yeah, a giant thing of gummy bears. Hey guys, welcome back to Kwmjam Adventures. Today we're shooting Lightfield Wildlife Control ammunition. So this is a sort of a selection of the ammunitions that Lightfield puts out. These are meant, as the name suggests, wildlife control. So to some degree they're meant to be things to shoot to either scare off an animal, like a bear or big animal of some sort, or if you do need to shoot it, to not actually physically hurt or kill the animal. A couple different options. So if you actually want to come back in here, so we have the blanks. By the way, these are all 12 gauge shells. So this is a blank, so there is no projectile, it's just a blank, makes a loud noise, and it's actually really loud. I've already shot one of those. Next you have a slug. This one is this the slow or the fat? So this one's actually the faster slug. Then we have another slug, which is a bit slower, so it's not going to have as much energy as it shoots. Then we have this little starfish kind of one. It's called Star, and false advertising, it's purple on there, it's yellow in there, it's kind of a lie. But anyways, so it's just like almost like a little thing you'd get out of the little candy machines that it shoots out. And then we have rubber buckshot. And then lastly, we have the safety SOC beanbag rounds. So those are going to be kind of interesting too. So we could shoot, you know, a target or something like that, but that's no fun. So we're going to shoot gummy bears. Well, not quite. That's right. We're shooting giant gummy bears. So these are giant gummy bears that I made. And they're just made out of gelatin and jello. That they come complete in the mold with a bite out of it. Anyways, so yeah, I made these as kind of our substitute bears to shoot and see what these wildlife rounds do. So yeah, so I think we're gonna get set up and we're gonna try and we're gonna shoot one of these. So the first round is the 12 gauge blank. So this one's really just meant to scare an animal off. It's actually really loud. So this is actually what we used in the little intro skit. So we're not gonna shoot it at the bear. It's not gonna do anything. It's just a very, very loud noise. It's actually louder than a normal like buckshot 12 gauge that's rattling a lot. So we're not gonna bother shooting that one at the bear. So what we're gonna start with is we're actually gonna start with the Star. So actually I just wanted to mention real quick that today's ammo is actually partially paid for by KBM Outdoors. They actually gave me a smoking deal on the ammo for today's video. So they helped me out with that. So I really wanted to shout them out. So they're a great resource for a lot of outdoor type stuff. You know, saws, backpacks, they're a Garmin distributor, so any of your Garmin products, go and check them out. KBM Outdoors, link down in the description down below. All right, so as I said, we're gonna shoot the HV Star ammunition first. So it's got that rubberized piece there. Then it looks like it's got like cork or something underneath there, like ground up cork as a kind of a wadding. So I'm set up about maybe 10 or 12 feet away from the bear. Range, I didn't really think too much of. I just don't wanna be super close, and then I don't wanna be super far away because I don't wanna risk missing. So that's all we're gonna shoot from. So using the Canuck 12 gauge pump action shotgun, channel favorite. So let's see what happens with this bear. All right, well, this is what the projectile looks like because it bounced right back at me. Yeah, there was like zero recoil with that round. Like I think I leaned into it expecting a recoil and there was almost none. So it did knock the bear over. So let me set the shotgun down, we'll go take a look. Yeah, like I said, there was like next to no recoil. So let's see what's happened with the bear here. So you can see all that cork that I mentioned. It has just peppered this guy, but like there's a little bit of a blemish on his chin from the little star piece that hit him. Like I said, it looks like a toy out of a vending machine. But yeah, he's fine. He is going to survive to take on the next round. All right, so we see what that did with the HVC star. So by the way, that one 850 feet per second. I don't think I mentioned that when I sat down here the first time. So next up, we're going to do the rubber buckshot, which is 750 frames per second. So this one, just the plastic wad at the bottom, and then just some really big buckshot stuff there. So they're really, really light, so I don't think there's going to be much recoil on this one either. So we'll take a look. Okay. Oh, and I also decided to change out the bear anyways, just because since that one's covered in all that stuff, I wanted to be able to see what happens, so we replaced it out with our first green gummy bear. So, all right. Oh! Okay, well he flew a lot further. Whew. So definitely not much recoil again with that one. Let's go take a look. All right, so we hit that guy. So we actually have the wadding, the little wad here piece on the table, just a little piece of plastic to push those balls out. And the bear flew back. You can see the tables here. The bear tumbled all the way back here. So definitely some more energy with that one. Oh, he's covered in dirt. Okay, so, oh, you can see it tore his face up a heck of a lot more. We also got a, what is that? Oh, a piece of plastic from the wadding. So, oh, it almost looks like shards of glass. You got peppered with that too, in addition to the rubber buckshot. Oh, more of the pieces of plastic from the shot. So, yeah, definitely tore him up a little bit. I don't see any of the rubber pieces of buckshot anywhere. If I come across one, I'll show you guys, but oh my god, these things are sticky. But anyways, moving on to the next one. I really want to bite this, but he's covered in dirt. Maybe later. All right, so next up, we are shooting the mid-range rubber slug, 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge. This shooting at 500 feet per second. Once again, super light, so I don't think there's gonna be much recoil, just a giant rubberized slug. You can see it in the end there, probably. A little bit bigger wad, so I don't know if there's more gunpowder in this at all, but let's see what happens. So we got a new red gummy bear set up, and yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so we had the bear right here on the X. Oh, that's from the earlier shot. So the bear flew back and landed right here. So once again, covered in dirt, but you can see we got a nose shot again. So the buckshot actually did a little bit more damage. This guy relatively unscathed other than that bump on the nose. So yeah, and now the other thing is, I really hope we could like actually find the slug. So no, I'm gonna take a quick look around just to see if I find it. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next shot. Okay, next is the extended range rubber slug. So once again, 12 gauge slug. This one's 600 feet per second. We did not find the slug from the black one, unfortunately. This one might be a little bit easier because this one's actually blue. So you can see it right in the end there, so it might be a little bit easier to find. We're also going to try and pay attention to see where it goes. We've got a fresh bear. Let's see what happens. So a little bit louder. I did not pay attention to where the slug went, even though I said I was going to. So let's go take a look, see what happened. All right, so it didn't quite fly back as far, but definitely did more damage. So his eye socket's kind of blown out. I guess his cheek, his eye socket's back there, but there's ants crawling on me already. So yeah, a little bit more damage, but otherwise pretty good. But so obviously this would not kill a bear, so we'll put this over with the gummy bear graveyard. And we tried to look, and it looked like the rubber slug went over here somewhere. So we're going to take a quick peek because it's blue, so it should stand out a bit more. Okay, Okay, we're gonna take a quick look and we'll be right back. All right, well, we took a look around again. We couldn't find the slug, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. So next up, so these ones aren't actually made by Lightfield, but are by Lampiard. These are the SOC safety, oh yeah, Lampiard, less than lethal. These are beanbag rounds, same idea. These are meant for animal, wild, like not to hurt the animal, but it's a beanbag that's actually in here. So this one's also got high brass on it, so I feel like this is gonna have a bit more kick to it. I don't know what its feet per second is, so we got a brand new gummy bear set up. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Okay, well, we get to see the round this time. Let's go check that out. All right, so we're gonna start off down here. Ah, it's blown away. There's like a piece of plastic inside of it, which I think holds the beanbag. So the beanbag actually stayed on the table. So it's got some powder burns. Oh, it's filled with like sand. Really, really fine sand. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really fine sand, which is interesting. And then there's some chunks of plastic, so we'll keep that aside. And then the bear flopped back over here, covered in dirt again. So yeah, smacked him right in the chest. Didn't really do much damage. Oh, we got a little tear in the hand there, but not too much damage. So, interesting. All right, well, one thing I realized we haven't done, we're out of the wildlife rounds now. I guess we probably should have started with this, but we need a control group. We need to see what actually happens if you shoot it with an actual like lead shotgun shell. So let's try that out. This is your gummy bear. This is your gummy bear on drugs. All right, so we got this gummy bear, which is made without the Jell-O food coloring, which does make them a bit more dense. So this is a bit more similar to what I guess the consistency of ballistic gel would actually be. It's just regular gelatin. Just to help with the smell, I put some cinnamon in there and it clearly didn't dissolve. So he's just coated at the front with, he's a brown bear, I guess. So anyways, so he does not want to stay up very well. We're gonna try and shoot him now. All right, so we're out of wildlife rounds. So we're gonna try a couple of other just regular 12 gauge shotgun shells. This is number 8 shot. I would never utilize this as like an animal safety type of thing, but I'm curious what's gonna happen to the gummy bear. So let's see what happens. His head's gone. All right, well, there's nothing left on the table. He flew all the way back here. And yeah, get out of here, bug. The top half of his body is completely gone. We have some other chunks of it here. Yeah, yeah. We didn't catch any of the bullet. I don't even know what to say to that. That was just interesting. We're gonna actually, know what, we're gonna shoot another one of those real quick before we go on to the next rounds. We're gonna use, just because this one might not be the same consistency as what we did, so I'm gonna use the first red one we used that didn't really have any damage to it, and we're gonna do the same thing with the, with just the number 8 shot. All right, like I said, we're just gonna shoot the number 8 shot again at the denser gummy bear, see what happens. All right, since I shot the red gummy bear, it looks like blood is on the table. Once again, he flew really far. Oh, here's the body. The body's over here. I shot him a little higher. So the damage actually isn't quite as bad. It's about the same. Like I said, these guys are a little bit denser because there's a lot more gelatin and there's sugar and whatever, whereas the other one is just straight gelatin, so it's a bit softer. This piece is graphic content warning. So there's the top part of his head. Okay, let's try something next. Let's try something else. You know what I mean. Like about 30-ish feet behind the target, and there's some in the tree. So that did a lot of damage. Anyways, next round. All right, so next up we're gonna do buckshot, but we're gonna do the Aguila mini shells. So these guys are just little short ones with buckshot. So we are gonna give that a shot. Oop, and they sometimes don't. Oop, that did not feed. All right. Okay, they don't feed well in my shotgun sometimes, so. All right, buckshot from the short shells. Let's see what happens here. So I feel like we actually got less damage on that one. So, oh my God, this is like the scene from Terminator 2. Wow, so that kind of blew him apart. Didn't quite have the same energy as the, it almost seems like it doesn't have as much energy as the number 8 shot. I don't know if because the number 8, it was still such a big clump of lead. It hadn't spread out yet since we're shooting it from so close. But let's try with some full buckshot and see what happens. I feel like I'm gonna have to censor this for YouTube, like just because it's red. So just put a censored thing there. There we go. YouTube. Yeah. All right. So lastly, we have one last gummy bear. We're gonna shoot it with the a full double odd buck 9 pellet, 2 3/4 inch. So our last gummy bear is a green one. So he is our last sacrifice. He's missing in here though. I don't know what happened, but yeah, we're gonna get him set right here. And one more shot. All right, so double up buck, high brass. This is gonna be bad. Holy Jeebus! Let's go take a look. All right, so I don't know if the camera picked that up, but he was like in half, like tumbling through the air. I don't know if the camera saw that. Oh my lordy. He is fully in half. That's like right there. That's the Terminator 2 shot right there. Oh my lord, that is quite the carnage. But once again, it's a gummy bear, right? And that was a full double op buck, which is a very powerful round. So, well, thanks for coming along today, guys. That was a really interesting and goofy video. This is one of my more sillier ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those wildlife rounds were definitely interesting. The low recoil was really surprising. I was expecting a bit more recoil. They were also relatively quiet, except for the blanks, which are really loud. Take the results out you will, whether or not you'd want to utilize those wildlife rounds for wildlife protection or how you'd want to use them. I'm no expert. Thanks for KBM Outdoors for helping supply those ammunition, the wildlife ammunition, so go check them out, link down below. So yeah, otherwise, like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. I'll see you guys on the next adventure.